Jerusalem, more than just a word. This single word holds within it the greatest wars, the deepest prayers, and the most ancient secrets of history. Prophets' footsteps echo on its stone streets. The whispers of prophecies are hidden in its walls. But why? Why has this city held a sacred place in the hearts of billions for centuries? Why has it been the target of wars, crusaders, temples, and even ancient legends of fallen angels? Why is this city so important? What's hidden beneath the Temple Mount? Is the Ark of the Covenant truly there? Or do ancient narratives suggest that fallen angels remain chained in Jerusalem's dark depths? This video will take you beyond a historical documentary. We'll trace the footsteps of faith, prophecy, and unseen battles. If you're ready, let's dive together into the eternal secrets of Jerusalem. The sanctity of Jerusalem, 3 faiths, 1 center. Christianity, the city of the cross and resurrection. For Christianity, Jerusalem is where salvation began and culminated. The room where Jesus Christ shared the Last Supper, his prayers on the Mount of Olives, Golgotha Hill where he was crucified, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre where he is believed to have resurrected. All these points are central, not only to the past, but also to the future divine plan. In the books of Zechariah and Revelation, Jerusalem is portrayed as a city of hope, pivotal in the prophecy of the Messiah's return. But Jerusalem's importance isn't just about the past. The book of Revelation describes this city as the stage for a divine drama. It is believed that with the descent of the New Jerusalem from heaven, an era of eternal peace will begin, where God will dwell with his people. Judaism, the dwelling place of God. According to Judaism, Jerusalem is the only place on earth where God chose to place his name. Solomon's temple was the sacred space where God's glory physically descended. The first temple was built by Solomon around 957 BC and later destroyed by the Babylonians. Then came the second temple, which met its end at the hands of Roman legions in 70 AD. Today, only the Western Wall, Kotel, remains. But for Jews, this is not just a wall. It is still a divine point of waiting, where they pray, shed tears, and await the coming of the Messiah. Islam, the beginning of the night journey, Mirage. For Islam, Jerusalem is the place from which Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. This night journey, Mirage, beginning from Al-Aqsa Mosque, culminates in the ascension to heaven from the spot where the Dome of the Rock now stands. For the Islamic world, Jerusalem is the 3rd holiest city after Mecca and Medina. It carries the legacy of past prophets and is revered with deep respect. The Crusades and the quest for holy secrets. Were the Crusades merely a struggle for land, or was there a greater spiritual quest behind these wars? In the Middle Ages, a powerful call swept across Europe: liberate the Holy Land. The primary goal of the Crusades seemed to be to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control. However, there was more beneath the surface. For some, it wasn't just a land war, but a battle for sacred secrets and ancient relics. The Knights Templar were not just warriors, they were also mystic seekers. Upon arriving in Jerusalem, they settled directly on the Temple Mount. This was because, according to the legends, they believed a profound secret was hidden beneath Solomon's temple, the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant was a divinely powerful chest said to contain the tablets of the 10 Commandments given by God to Moses. According to some beliefs, the Ark was like a weapon. The Israelites who carried it would overcome their enemies with God's power. So, what happened to it? Where did the Ark disappear? This is a question historians and believers have sought answers to for centuries. Mysteries beneath Jerusalem, fallen angels and spiritual warfare. Jerusalem's secrets aren't limited to the past. Its underlying spiritual depths are often the battleground of an unseen war. The Bible speaks not only of earthly events, but also of conflicts in the heavenly realms. Jude 1:6 states, "And the angels who did not keep their own domain, but abandoned their proper dwelling, he has kept in eternal chains, in gloomy darkness, for the judgment of the great day." 2 Peter 2:4 reinforces this. For if God did not spare angels when they sinned, but cast them into hell and committed them to chains of gloomy darkness to be kept until judgment. These verses clearly demonstrate the existence of fallen angels who rebelled against God. Ephesians 6:12 explains the nature of our battle. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. This verse indicates that Jerusalem is not just a historical site, but a spiritual battlefront. We don't know for certain if fallen angels are literally imprisoned in Jerusalem, but what we do know is that Jerusalem is an ancient and symbolic city where faith is most intensely tested and where God and dark forces are believed to clash. Jerusalem today, prophecies and the future. But according to biblical prophecy, this is just the beginning. Zechariah's prophecy. In Zechariah 12:3 there is a prophecy. On that day when all the nations of the earth are gathered against her, I will make Jerusalem an immovable rock for all the nations. All who try to move it will injure themselves. This indicates that Jerusalem will be the center of international tensions. However, it will also be the city where peace and dominion begin, with the return of the Messiah. The New Jerusalem in Revelation. Revelation 21 verse 2 says, I saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. This city is the spiritual completion of ancient Jerusalem. It symbolizes eternal peace and unity, where tears are wiped away, wars end, and God dwells with his people forever. So, what do you think is Jerusalem's greatest secret? The lost mystery of the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred secrets hidden underground, or the spiritual influence of fallen angels? Or perhaps Jerusalem's true secret lies in God's desire to meet with humanity. Maybe the answer you're looking for isn't just in historical ruins or ancient legends, but deep within your own heart, in God's presence there. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the secrets of Jerusalem together. Now, I ask you, what do you think is Jerusalem's secret? Write it in the comments. Let's continue to journey through history, faith, and the sacred together. And remember, this video didn't appear before you by accident. Perhaps this call came just in time.